Okay, so if you want to understand what is worldview, we must understand and try to perceive this material world in a particular fashion. That is called worldview. Worldview is everything to do with perception. How you view this word. This word, here the word means your surroundings, your environment, your people, your relationships, and everything you perceive. And to explain this concept, let's see this slide. And she's a beautiful woman. And anybody who sees this female, what is the perception? A child will view this female as a mother, an adult as a seductive, sexy female, and an old person, for them, she is a child. So everybody have their own perception according to their own levels of consciousness, and that is called worldview. Let's go to another example. Here, before going to example, keep in mind, if you want to understand worldview, you have to keep these two words in your mind: perspective and focus. This is very important. Always remember these two words, perspective and focus, if you want to understand worldview. Now, so what do we mean by these two words? You can see on the slide, we have a knife, and if a thief has a knife, and if he comes with a knife to kill you, let's take this example. His actions are that he wants to kill you with the knife. His feelings are of hatred, envy, or whatever, anger. His thoughts are his plannings and his thinking how to kill him, what to do so that he can kill that person, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. And what is his perspective? His perspective is he might be a terrorist. He might be thinking, well, all the people who are against my religion, they are my enemies. Or he might be a psychopath. His perspective is everybody's bad, everybody's a demon. So that's perspective. There's difference between perspective, thoughts, feelings, and actions. Let's see. The next word in worldview is focus. Focus. If you can see on the slide in this table, some people focus on actions. Every living being has these four things in them: actions, feelings, thoughts, and perspective. Every living being. No living being can be without feelings, thinking, acting, and a perspective. But various people focus on various things, on various levels. For example, people who focus on actions, they are general people. They like to do their duty, their things, do this, do that. Or even moralist, they focus on actions. What is right action? What is wrong action? Feelings, poets, musicians, artists, they focus on feelings. Thoughts, philosophers and bureaucrats, big businessmen, they focus on the thoughts, how to plan the business, how to think, various philosophies, and blah blah blah. And perspective, spiritualists, they focus on perspective. Let's go into a little details. What do I mean by this? But before that, Upanishads, they have given a Sanskrit term to all these things. This concept is from Upanishads, that is 𝗙𝗪𝗪 Upanishad. And this 𝗙𝗪𝗪 Upanishad, it also categorizes people into these four categories according to their focus on action, feelings, thoughts, and perspective. So the first, this is called kosha in Sanskrit. Focus on particular level. Level is called kosha. So people who focus on actions, they are on the level of annamaya and pranamaya kosh. We'll discuss this. Now just remember these terms. People who focus on feelings, they are at manomaya kosh. People who focus on thoughts, they are at vijnanmaya kosh, that level vijnanmaya kosh. People who focus on perspective, they are at the level of anandamaya kosh. So let's see what are these. So we should not worry. These are some technical terms, but don't worry about that. This simply means various levels at which people focus on. Okay. So what have we got? What is annamaya kosh? you can see on the slide, people who focus on actions. People focus on actions, like general people, ordinary people, they focus on actions for enjoyment. What they want from the actions? Enjoyment. And how? By car, by house, by doing this, that, and whatever they want to do in life. But their whole aim of actions is enjoyment. Their focus is that. But the problem with these people is, there's a problem with this approach, focusing on actions for enjoyment. They have to struggle for attaining that enjoyment, and they have to suffer when they lose that enjoyment. And finally, if they don't achieve that enjoyment, in spite of the struggle, they get frustrated. So that's what is Annamaya Kosh. This level, Annamaya Kosh means the level of action, the level where people focus on actions for enjoyment. So there's a problem here. So that is why few people, they are a little intelligent, and they think, well, we have to enjoy, that's okay. But there's a problem with that. So let's focus on actions for ethics and security. These are people moralist. They are at level of Pranamaya Kosh. This level is called Pranamaya Kosh. They want to secure their enjoyment. Let's secure an enjoyment, isn't it? Because they think, because previously people who are at lower level, who are focusing on actions only for enjoyment, they're insecure of losing enjoyment. That's why they are frustrated. They suffer. So that is why these people, they think, okay, let's get secured, let's earn money. So what's the method of security? In animals, method of security is they simply bark or they bite. In human societies, method of security is money. Okay, let's get money and secure ourselves, or let's do good and don't do bad things. So in that way we can secure our own prestige, our status quo. People will not think we are bad. That's the point. So they believe in security, they do actions for this, and they think by doing this they'll enjoy and they'll not lose enjoyment, they will be happy. But there's a problem with this, and the problem is fear. The more they become insecure, the more they work for security, the more they become insecure, because with security comes insecurity. They have fear of losing that security. They have fear of slipping into bad actions. That's a problem. So next level is Manomaya Kosh. This level refers to those people who are at level of mind and who focus on feelings. So these people understand, well, all those people at Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, they are focusing on actions for enjoyment, for security, ethics. But the problem is they are suffering, they are struggling, they are frustrated, they have fear. So forget all this. There's so much anxieties if you focus on actions for personal sense enjoyment. Let's focus on feelings. Let's be happy. Let's focus on feelings of beautiful nature, beauty in this material world, like poets, musicians, artists, painters. Let's be happy. That's all. And of course these things give happiness, but there's a problem with them. And the problem is, first of all, they become sentimental. Of course there's no problem being sentimental, but the problem here is, main problem is, they're not intellectually satisfied. The intellectual craving is not satisfied. They are not accessing reality. They are in the illusion of they are in the world of music, art and painting. So that is why people who are more intelligent than them, they think, okay, let's focus on thoughts. Let's think what is reality. Let's not just waste our time or maybe just spend our entire time in actions for personal sense enjoyment, or maybe in feelings for beauty and nature. Let's try to understand what is reality, because previously all those people, Manomaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya Kosh, they are in illusion. They don't know what's outside there. All of three, these people come to the conclusion, those people are limited to themselves. That's the problem. My enjoyment, my feelings, they don't go beyond themselves. They don't go beyond the limits. They don't understand what's out there in this material world. What is word? What is law? What is truth? What is reality? So that is why they are not satisfied, because everybody wants to know what is reality. Every child asks his father, my dear father, what are these stars? And that father, he tells his child, twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's all. But everybody asks, what are those stars? What is the sun? What is moon? How these things go on? Every child has an intellectual craving, and people cannot be satisfied if this intellectual craving is not satisfied. So these people think to search for reality. These are philosophers and scientists, but there's a problem with them. And the problem is that they don't get they don't attain ultimate satisfaction and peace. Why? Because when you start thinking about reality, when you start thinking outside yourself and beyond yourself, then there's so many things there. It's infinite, it's inconceivable. Today we know just 2% of our universe. We know 0.5% of our oceans, or maybe 5% of oceans. We know very less of reality in spite of so much scientific advancement. And it's never going to finish. Nobody knows how much more reality, how much more knowledge is there. So nobody knows when this search is going to finish. And what is satisfaction? Until unless Vedanta defines, until unless one comes to the point after which there's nothing else to be achieved, only then we can be satisfied. So they can't attain satisfaction because there's more to know. And where there's no satisfaction, there's no peace. Simple. So, few intelligent people, then they come to this conclusion. 𝗪𝗲𝗪𝗀𝗃. These people are saints and spiritualists. They think, well, 𝗪𝗲𝗪𝗀𝗃, 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗀𝗃, 𝗙𝗲𝗪𝗀𝗃. People who are focusing on actions, and people who are focusing on feelings, 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗀𝗃, they are limited to their self. People who are focusing on thoughts, they are beyond self but limited to this word. But these people come to conclusion, we should go even beyond self and even beyond this word. There has to be reality beyond this word, because this word is temporary. There has to be some permanent thing. So they come to this conclusion, and then they are after permanence and not temporary. Reality, real reality and not illusion. So in modern sense you can call it as metaphysics or blah 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 whatever, but according to Gita and Vedanta, there is a reality beyond this word, and these people focus on that reality. And Bhagavad Gita says, if you focus on reality beyond self and beyond this word, only then you can attain supreme satisfaction and peace, and then you can become happy. And that is why this level is called ānandamaya-kosh. So these people, well, before closing this seminar, I should add this point, it's very important. These people focus on perspective, not on actions, not on thoughts, not on feelings. They can perceive what is the intention, what is the mentality behind people who are focusing on actions. You can see this slide. It's very easy to understand. People who are focusing on actions, annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, for enjoyment or for feelings, for music, they never realized their entire life that they were limited to their own self. They never realized this fact. But according to Gita, according to Vedantic understanding, when these people on spiritualists, they focus on perspective, they try to understand what is the perspective of that person. So their whole perspective was me. And then what about philosophers and scientists? Their perspective is, okay, I have to understand this material world. But again their perspective is, it is beyond self, but their perspective is very limited to this universe. And again it's for me, because they want to understand. I want to understand. But these people, they can understand. Let's not be interested in me and mine. Let's not be limited by time and space. Let's go beyond me and mine and time and space. That's the true perspective of Bhagavad Gita, and only that can give supreme satisfaction and peace. Thank you very much for listening to this seminar on Worldview. Hare Krishna.